All right, so we have Ray, Dave, Aaron, Michael, Lewis, Dan, John, Jeff, Greg, Joe. We haven't met.
I'm Tony.
Tony, Wayne Dehn, nice to meet you. And then we have Pat, Steve, Rusty, Rick, Tracy, and Lorraine, and Tony. Got it, everybody? Okay. All right, so here's what I want you to hold me accountable for today in the next few minutes. I'm going to go over the pain that we talk about in the Sandler submarine. We'll talk about the pain puzzle, and we'll talk about the pain funnel. Hold me accountable for when I'm done. You will be able to do the 8-question pain funnel without looking at any notes, without looking at the slide. You'll be able to do the pain funnel as a technique in the pain system. Hold me accountable for that. Are you okay with that? All right, good.
So you asked us to hold me accountable, so our colleague here, Antonio, he's in pain because...
I didn't get his name right. Thank you for pointing out what I was going to get to in about 30 seconds. I did that on purpose. Because now how does he feel? I got everybody else right, but... Right. He has pain, doesn't he? All right. Now I need to solve that pain. By solving that pain, at the end, he's got to like me because I got to do something for him to solve his pain. Got it? People are motivated to action by the intensity of their pain. Everything we do in life is for a couple reasons. 1, to gain pleasure, and 2, to avoid pain. So I need to avoid pain in the future by making him more pleasurable, so hopefully he'll get something out of today and he'll be happy with me. Does that make sense to you? Okay, so I'm going to put something up on the slides here. I'm going to put a slide up here, and I want you to read this statement as fast as you can. Read this. Got it? Ever hear that before? Anybody seen that before? The rest of you, if you've seen it, please don't share it with the rest of them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up again, and I want you to count the number of F's as fast as you can. Okay? Out of the way. Got it? How many did you get? 2, 3, 3. You were all looking at the same slide, right? A little bit longer. How many got 6? 3? 6? What do you think's going on here? Those of you got 6, you're very intelligent. You got 6 automatically. I'm sure you did right away. 7. Oh. Here's what's going on. See them now? Why is that? Why do you suppose you missed it? Your mind doesn't see F in of as an F. It sees it as a V, of. See, what I'm talking about and how this relates to pain is I need you to think about retraining your mind when it comes to reasons to do business. And that's really what pain is about, reasons to do business with a client. I want you to retrain how you think about it. Because most salespeople think of pain or reason to do business as their benefits and features. Why that person should do business with me. Why that person should buy my product or service. Right? I have the best product or service, and I have to convince them of it. Well, one of the Sandler rules is you can't convince anybody of anything until they discover they need it. Make sense, right? So I need to get you to think about retraining your mind over the next 12 minutes and think about it this way. Remember, pain is that personal, emotional, and compelling reason to do something different. That personal, emotional, and compelling reason. So jumping ahead to the end of the pain step, you get to leave the pain step when you know the personal, emotional, and compelling reason why that person should do business with you. Okay? Think of pain this way. Pain is the gap between where that prospect is, right, and where they want to be. And your product or service is the bridge that brings them together. And I hope that the slide shows up well here, the bridge here. Again, from where that client is, where they want to be, and your product or service bridges that gap. But is the prospect ready to cross the bridge? One of the things I want you to understand is sometimes prospects use words that should be key indicators to you that we need to talk a little bit more and ask some more questions because they're not ready to cross the bridge. And what I mean by that is when they use intellectual qualifiers, all right, statements, words that sound like this, we're thinking about upgrading our equipment. We've considered alternatives to some of our tracking programs. Or we're just exploring the opportunities. We're open. I call these fat words. Anytime you hear fat words, probably, maybe, kind of, that's a fat word, isn't it? Because it really doesn't mean anything. We're just thinking about looking at your opportunity. Repeat the fat word. Because when you ask somebody to repeat a message, their mind thinks, oh, you didn't get it, so they provide more information to you. Help me understand, you're thinking about looking at alternatives? You're considering thinking about these things? And it gets more information. You'll make more sales in the Sandler system, not necessarily because you have a better product or service, although I hope you do, but you'll make more sales because you find a problem, a challenge that you can solve that perhaps your competitor can't. And the analogy I think of is this. If I go to the doctor and I've got something wrong with me, and I've go 5 doctors and they can't figure out what's wrong with me, but the 6th doctor, he diagnoses what's wrong and tells me what he can prescribe a medication to fix me. Don't I want him fixing me? Or do I rush back to that first doctor because they were cheaper? No, you want the one who diagnosed your problem to fix it. This helps solve some of the budget problems too, that if you can find a pain that your competitor can't find. And if any of you struggle with the word pain when you saw it, you looked at this handling materials and you saw pain as one of the 7 steps in the compartment. Anybody? Here's what we found doing some research. People think, again, that we're asking and teaching you techniques to cause the pain. And none of us want to cause pain. None of us want to be that impending doom salesperson like, boy, don't drive off the lot today. I feel terrible if you got in a car accident on the way home. We aren't causing the pain. We're just asking questions that bring the pain to the surface. That make sense? Okay. Because, again, when they use words like the emotional words, frustrated, concerned, bothered, worried, when they use those type of words, you know they're ready to cross the bridge. Because they're going to use words, say things like, I'm concerned with our equipment reliability. I'm frustrated with our mid-year numbers. These are actual quotes from some of the people we've trained. As an investor in this company, I'm disappointed in our recent portfolio. Those should tell you, boy, I've got these people emotionally involved now, right? They'll make a decision, perhaps, if I can identify the pain and show them how I can fix the pain at a price they can afford. Yes, Pat.
The words on the other page, you call them fat?
I call them fat words, fat. They don't mean much. F-A-T. Sorry for my Midwest accent. If you fat words. Fat. F-A-T. Fat words. Probably, maybe, kind of. When you hear those words, just repeat them. That answer your question? Okay. To me, the fat word, it's got no content. It doesn't have any real substance. It's just fat. It really doesn't have any nutrition for me. It doesn't help me. No. I'll try and think of one, though, now. Thank you for that idea. Think about it this way. You're the toll booth collector. You're on this side of the bridge. And you want them to cross the bridge, but they have to pay the toll with emotional words. So if they don't use those emotional words, you do it. Hey, what helps? What are you frustrated? When you say that you're thinking about something, what would bother you if you waited too long to move forward? What challenges would that create for you? You can use those words to get that person emotionally involved. Okay? If they use emotional words, go ahead. You're now that guide. You're the tour guide that helped them go across the bridge. Remember the pain points we have in the Sandler? We talk about the surface pain. The first problem the client brings you is part of the problem, but it's seldom the entire problem. So the first thing they bring you, I want you to think about, oh, that's surface pain. I want to know what the business pain perhaps is. How is that a business problem? And what's the personal impact that problem is having on that person, right? That's what you want to start to, is the personal pain. You want to look at it maybe this way. What's the problem? What's causing the problem? And then the impact that problem is having. That's the piece you want to put together. What's the problem? What's causing the problem? and the impact that problem is having on that person. This is where the amateur salesperson falls short. They don't get to the impact. They hear the problem and they think, oh, I know, I've seen that before. Let me tell you what we'll do to help you. Make sense? Get to that impact. That's what's going to separate you from your competitors, because they don't drill down that deeply. Okay? And the impact, couple questions that you want to ask is, what's the negative impact, all right, of living with your current situation? What's the positive consequences if we can fix it? Those are two very, very positive and powerful words and phrases you should use. Because remember, we said, you are motivated to action by the intensity of your pain or your desire to gain pleasure. But we will work harder to avoid pain than we will to gain pleasure. Okay? We have this thing, it's called the pain funnel. Pain funnel is this. Client gives you a pain, and we need to ask a series of questions to get really to those three things I was just telling you about. This is a tool to get that puzzle put together. Tell me more. I need more information. How long has this been a problem? What have you done to fix this problem? Were you happy with those results? How much do you think that problem is costing you? I'm going to teach you, that's what I said, I'm going to guarantee you'll know how to do this real soon. You're going to learn how to do this in the 4 minutes I have left. Okay? It's called, it's a mnemonic. Has anybody know what a mnemonic is? A mnemonic is what's going to have, where you go, tell me more, I need more information, I need some examples. How long has this been a problem? What have you done to fix the problem? Were you happy with those results? How much does this problem cost you? Is that a little or is that a lot? How does it make you feel? Have you given up trying to fix a problem? How committed are you to fixing it? Now, I've just showed you, and I want to show you how that relates to everything. Tell me more. Anybody remember the William Tell Overture? Anybody know what this theme to? The Lone Ranger. Dun, 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 dun. Now, if you can think of an analogy between ankle and tell, I'm open to it, but tell me more, the William Tell Overture. The Lone Ranger wore spurs, boots. Tell. Tell me more. I need, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I need more information. I need some examples of what this problem was. How long? Why do I do this one? Longest bone in the body is the femur. Okay? And we talked about, in transactional analysis, critical parent. Critical parent. And what have you done about it? Hands on hips, right? Anybody got that critical? Did you clean your room? Did that work like a diet program? Did it work? Did I lose weight? Does my stomach look better? Near and dear to my heart is money. How much does this problem cost you? Scales of justice, is that a little or is that a lot? How does that make you feel? Sore throat? Hear no evil, see no evil. Have you given up trying to fix the problem? And in your mind, how committed are you to fixing this problem? So let me do it again. Tell me more. I need more information, or I need some examples. How long has this been a problem? What have you done to fix the problem? Were you happy with those results? How much does that problem cost you? Is that a little, is that a lot? How does it make you feel? Have you given up trying to fix the problem? So what do you want me to do about it? So now I'm not going to make you guys do that, okay? But if I touch something, then you got to tell me what you think it reminds you of. What is this? How much near and dear to my heart's money? Is that a little or a lot? Okay. Sore throat, how does it make you feel? Tell. See how you're getting it? Let's do it all the way from the bottom. Did it work? Okay. Are you committed to it? See, my goal, did I do what I asked? Have I been held accountable to get you to teach, to learn that one technique? There are 8 other methods in the Sandler system on getting pain, and there are techniques, but this is one you should try first. So I promise if you really, really understand the pain funnel, you'll be able to dig deeper than some of your competitors and find more reasons to do business with people. Thank you very much.